he makes me laugh no matter what.
Oh, please.
No matter what. He is the realest person.
I'm happy and I'm positive and I like to spread good cheer.
Yes.
Yes, you were just telling me how a guy has a nice set of boobs.
So, yes.
Lord Jesus.
It was.
And I replied with, you ain't seen these biddies yet.
Okay, so
I can't.
I'm going to have to screen all the contestants myself now before we start this. We're talking about the Tom's MS team second annual Womenless Beauty Pageant. Last year it went off without a hitch. The lovely Chantel was a esteemed judge on our panel of esteemed colleagues as well. We had Senator Mike Moore, Mayor Joe Petty, Aileen Callahan from the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and we had Mr. Dave Peterson, the man, the I can't even talk. I love him.
That
guy from the Worcester Bravehearts was also a judge. It was a great time, a great turnout. We sold out the thing. We raised a lot of money, a lot of awareness for multiple sclerosis.
That's the part of it that got me interested. Was it's for multiple sclerosis. It's for raising for a good cause. And I was kind of concerned because I was like, I don't know how my church folk going to feel about it. But at the end of the day, if you're doing something to try to help other people, and it's not like I'm promoting anything other than helping other people.
Oh, you're promoting yourself.
That's
you and your girls. You gotta bring.
Look, you and your girls.
they do get in the way sometimes. Like when I'm in the car and I go over a bump, they bounce a little bit. So I'm like, I feel some type of way. But I've been going to the gym. Hopefully they can stick around until then. But
that's great.
Yes. I can't.
Gina, if you're listening, Gina Andros out there, she's number 2 for Tom's MS team. She's my vice president, co-founder of this whole organization that we do at Tom's MS team. His name is Will McNeil, okay? I got his phone number here. He already said he wants to be a contestant. So, Debbie Roy, if you're there too, get the contestant forms off the presses. Let's get this show going. April 30th is the date, and it's going to be held at Moronis Park. So, more information will be available made on Facebook. Anyway, so I came here to promote my Womenless Beauty Pageant. It was like a surprise.
Just talked about everything.
That was a surprise.
I'm thinking about what I'm going to sing. Shall it be Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You?
Oh, Lord. He said he's going to try to do Whitney.
You could do that.
He's going to try to do Whitney.
Do the Dolly Parton version. I think that'd be better.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking the cans are a little bigger. You might win.
I'm about to
sing. There is a prize at the end of the tunnel, y'all.
Yeah, okay. There is a prize.
All right.
But Tom,
yes.
The last time we saw you, the last time you were on air, we were talking about baseball.
Take your notes out.
Man, listen, you know how many. You know my life. Notes are not coming.
You don't do anything.
Yes. But we were talking about baseball, South Worcester Sports.
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
Yes, we were talking about baseball, South Worcester Sports, talking about the nonsense of me pulling papers to run for city council.
He was.
And I wised up and I said, not this year. I'm going to wait. There were just way too many great candidates out there. Way too many great people running. So I said, you know what? I don't want to do my community an injustice by taking over for someone who I think can do a much better job and spend a lot more time doing and focusing on the people in the community. So I just took a step back and just ran with baseball. Yeah, South Worcester Sports. Yes, South Worcester Sports. We're going into our 4th year of baseball this spring. We're housing 4 to 16-year-olds now. We're opening up the senior league.
Oh, you went up to 16?
Yeah, because your kids keep getting older and I want to keep you down there. So.
True. Because it was 14.
We actually started out age 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, and then 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we moved it up to 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to get the 16-year-old kids. I think the demographic of teenagers in that age group are highly at risk to be doing the no-nos instead of the goods. Right. So we want to try to keep it real, keep it good, and try to give the kids something to do other than what they more than likely are going to do anyway if they didn't have anything to do,
Now, I'm a fan of baseball, so you have no problem with me showing up as a woman to events. Can I show up as a 16-year-old and play and get out there and swing a little bit myself?
Get me a birth certificate. You can play.
Because Bridget don't play. She got the paperwork on deck.
Yeah.
It got to be in order.
Yeah,
absolutely. I guess it'll just be my son then. Because I used to play at that park called, as we were talking about.
Maloney's Field.
Yeah, Maloney's Field. And I used to be there all summer playing baseball, and then going to the pool that was over there.
Yeah, it's all gone now.
Yeah,
they took it out. They have a community garden over there. It was pretty successful for the community. I think they had about 50 bins over there. A lot of the people used it. It was great. I thought it was a great thing. I thought what was real nice was during September, it's just about past harvest time, the children from Canterbury Street School went over with a group with Amanda, who runs it, and they got to learn about how to harvest the food and how seed and the plant, the life cycle, and it was great. It was a good program. They were able to incorporate that with the school over there. I think that a lot of programs should be incorporated with that Canterbury Street School.
Well, I mean, even if it just brought back memories to me. But what made you say I want to start baseball over there?
A friend of mine. So the story goes. A friend of mine.
Legend has it,
as people would say.
Supposedly.
What happened was.
I wasn't even there. He's told me, he tells his story. He was driving down the street. His name is Bill Gannett. He was driving down the street, and he had his kids in his car. And, he's like, I grew up right here with Grandma and Grandpa. We used to live here. And across the street in this big park. He's like, it used to be great. We used to go over there all the time. I played baseball, and it looked run down and it looked barren. And he's like, I got to do something about this. And he put something on Facebook, and it went bing on my phone, and I looked, and then my phone rang, and it was him. And he said, hey, what do you think? You want to, do this with me? I said, yeah, I'm all in 100%. Because I had just stopped working. I was the director of food and nutrition for the state of Massachusetts, the Department of Developmental Services, and due to the progression of my disease, I was unable to fulfill my duties 100% like I could. So I just stopped working. And I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. I'm like, what am I going to do now? Go to McDonald's or something, This came up, it just jumped right in it. We started off doing free baseball clinics for the children, one a month for 3 or 4 months we did. And the response was pretty well from the community. It was real well. So they wanted to actually play like T-balls, because we had a lot of younger kids. So we did a little September T-ball, a few weeks of T-ball. And that went over so well. I think we had about 78 children, maybe 80 children playing T-ball. And then we had pressure from parents and other people telling us that maybe the older kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, all right. So on come spring, we opened it up from 4 years old to, I believe it was 12 years old, or maybe 13 years old. I'm not exactly certain on that. And we had, I think it was 346 kids sign up to play baseball.
Wow.
It wasn't easy either, because you see, as you very well know, you played ball there. I remember you were saying you played for the English Social Club. The English Social Club was an old-time sponsor, and them, Monahan Pharmacy at the time, Zayres, just to name a few, Ronnie's Auto Body, David Gessner, VFW.
Alumni,
Rotman's was always, So all those, that's when you played. We didn't have any sponsors, so we didn't know what we were going to do. So we just went out and we talked to people, and we actually talked to Little League and asked them if they'd be willing to redistribute the districts so that we could, be part of Little League. And basically, they didn't want to do that because the districts had been in those positions for so long that they didn't want to pull kids out that were already groomed in those things. So you can't do it. You can't have baseball there. We were like, what? Knock, knock, knock. Hi, Mr. Petty. My name's Tom Lecuyer. My name's Bill Gannett. Is this something we could do? You guys, it'll never happen. I wish you luck, but, well, the moral of the story is don't ever give up on anything that you have.
Right.
Okay?
Indeed.
We knew the children were in the community because we volunteer at Sacred Heart Church on Cambridge Street for their winter basketball. And there's 100 and so on kids that play there. So we knew the children were there. We had 20 teams, 24 sponsors, paid sponsors.
Wow.
20 teams of children, 14 to 15 kids on a team. Our first year. It was amazing. The Snack Shack, before we played that first year, basically, and we worked on getting the Snack Shack rebuilt, so to speak. We had to rip the roof off, all through donations, mind you, from local businesses, and my pocket and Bill's pocket. And a few other people, very generous people. I don't like to take a lot of credit for it because it took a like Dan Donahue always says, it takes a village, and it's true. Worcester Technical High School was unbelievable. They came down. They provided us all the labor. We paid for all the materials. They raised the roof.
Love Worcester Tech.
Unbelievable group of people to deal with on anything. I believe if I could pick up the phone today and call and say, listen, we got a little bit of a plumbing issue. Could you help us out? They'll have kids down there tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable for the community. They do a great job. So we got that all built up. Everything was great. We did the baseball. We had a very successful baseball year. It was wonderful. Now, what do we do in the fall? Well, kids want to play soccer.
Yeah.
I know absolutely nothing about soccer except for Alvarez has the ball. He passes it over to Gomez. Shoot. Goal! That's soccer to me. That's all I know. I don't know anything, So we said, well, whatever. We talked with people from Holy Cross and some people from Clark University, some other community leader type people within the community that know about soccer. We put together soccer. We had about 80 children playing soccer in the fall, which was great. Then we go from soccer right into basketball. The basketball begins. Soccer ended last year. Well, that was the first year. So soccer ended, and then basketball started like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soccer. This year, let's go to
This year.
let's go to 2015.
Right.
Okay, so I can keep myself on track because that's why I have this, because there's nothing on it, but I can write down where I left off so I can remember.
All right.
Just your names on it.
Okay.
It doesn't say Coleman either. It says McNeil.
Yeah, he confused me for Bill Coleman. Shout out to Bill Coleman, but I ain't you.
I can't. You too.
So this year, baseball, again, it went off without a hitch. We managed to retain the majority of our sponsors and picked up a couple of new sponsors, which was amazing. 367 children playing baseball.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, they play baseball. The only requirement that we have them do is to sell a booklet of 10 $1 raffle tickets.
Okay.
That's all the children has to do. And there's cash prizes. So the first prize is like $500, 500, 300, 100 or something like that. So they sell them, then they get their uniform, they get on a team. Yeah. I think we had 20 teams again for baseball. Soccer grew from 80 children from the year before to 220 children playing soccer that we just finished up. I'm talking 18 teams of soccer, so we had to get 18 new sponsors. We had a couple that sponsored both. Thank you very much to some of the sponsors. They're unbelievable. I don't want to shout everybody out because I'll forget somebody and then I'll be in the doghouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would say thank you very much to all of our sponsors and donators. Now basketball actually grew from 170 children to over 230 children this year. So
Wow.
we're doing really, really, really well, and we're really looking forward to what we can accomplish for 2016. We have some goals set in place where we're going to actually change the whole dynamics of how we operate. We operate profit free. I don't get paid. I put a little gas in my tank every once in a while, maybe buy a pack of smokes when I'm running around. Whatever. Can of Coke. I don't care. But everything of all of our donations and all of our sponsorship money directly goes to the children and what they can do and what we do with the surplus of money, supposedly at the end of the year.
Allegedly.
There is a surplus. We have a huge celebration this year. The year before was okay. We had a couple bouncy houses. They were donated to us. This year we had some funds. We had a very generous donation from a company out of Boston, and we were able to provide for the children a couple of bouncy houses, a couple of big water slide things, a dunk tank, and so on. Food and everything was all given to the children. Awards. We had a playoff system put in place now, where we actually created an all-star team, and we played against the all-stars from Gardner, which is great. They came to our field, and we played a game. We lost the game, but you know what? These kids understand now that we have to get these children out of the whole mentality of feeling as though they're entitled to win no matter what.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So everybody does get a participant medal, but 2 teams get trophies, and that's the 7, 8, and 9-year-old group and the 10 through 13 group. They got trophies. They played in a single elimination tournament with them because it had 6 teams and 4 teams. So it worked out real well that year. So
I said, I used to play at that field. Now it's off of Southbridge Street, correct? I was Southbridge and Cambridge Street. I was Southbridge and Cambridge Street. I used to live on Lewis Street, right off of it. So I used to always confuse them. But my older brother, there was no baseball for him. So where did he end up? Over off by Kilby Street, which is also in that neighborhood.
Yep, Kilby.
Running around with the wrong people and getting into trouble. My parents made sure that I was playing baseball there and it helped keep me out of that trouble that my older brother got into. And that's why I commend what you guys are doing. And you guys should, you say, oh, maybe a can of soda. You deserve to, get something because you guys are saving some of these kids' lives, literally. Because I'm a testament to it. I could have ended up like my older brother in a lot of trouble at such a young age that, I wouldn't be where I am now. So I commend you guys for doing that.
Thank you very much.
And also, I commend you guys for not rewarding the kids just for participating. Do you know my son last year got a trophy for, and I swear this is at the end of school. They give them out to kids who had perfect attendance. I said nope, my kids missed days. So and then they said, and the last trophy to William McNeil the third. So my son comes up and he gets a trophy, and I'm like, yes. What did he get it for? It was for exceptional health. I don't know what you do.
They made that up for him.
I literally have a trophy that says William McNeil III, exceptional health. I was like, what do you do? Not die or something for the whole school year and you win? But they gave him a trophy for exceptional health.
See, I think the issue with schools is that they have to make everybody feel like, oh, you
warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, and it's like, no, that's not the real world.
Yeah, the ones that work hard, the ones that go to school every day, sick or not. And that's why I like it that you actually give the trophies to the winners.
Absolutely.
It's fine that if they participated, you give them a little medal or something, but they don't deserve to come home with a trophy because they played.
No, we give all-star trophies to our all-star team. We give the championship trophies to the 2 championships teams, and and medals to everybody else participating.
Okay, I'm feeling that. I like that.
You're talking about school. School's another issue. If you want to talk about that, I don't know how much time you got for this one, because I'll tell you what, I can talk to you about some school.
Okay.
I'm very.
Well, we just talked about Worcester Tech now. Worcester Tech is a good school.
Worcester Tech is a great school. I'm going to talk about my own personal experience and my involvement within the school.
Okay.
Parent-teacher organization system.
Oh, okay.
Here.
All right.
We got a new principal from Canterbury Street School last year, and she's a very nice lady. She came from, I believe she came from Columbus Park. Try to get herself settled in and so on. There was never really a parent-teacher organization in the school. Yep. My wife and I, let's do something. So we were selling ice cream sandwiches for them on Friday afternoons. We helped them out when they had their little things going on, their different events like book fairs and little spaghetti dinners, get to know your school night and stuff like that. Well, this year now, it's mine. Now this year is tending to be a little bit more easier for us to get to things. Things have become a little bit more accessible for us.
Yeah.
Again, everything benefits the children. For example, box tops. The little box tops there.
Yes.
And people save them. They kids bring them to school. They throw them in a box, and that's kind of where they stayed. Well, they don't anymore because we went through them all and we got them all separated. Everything we sent them in, we managed to get to school almost $300 in box tops, $270 something dollars. Bridget, pretty much. Thank you. Got that going. We also offered to do a movie night with the children. It's a lot. We did it last year. Free hot cocoa and candy canes. And they watched the Polar Express right around Christmas. No, I think we watched Frozen.
Oh God.
That was Let It Go.
Yes, Let It Go.
No.
No.
Flamethrower. This year, I think we're going to watch Home, the one with Rihanna does the voice. And I think we're going to do that this year. We want to put that into planning for next year. We're trying to do a book fair. The school is it's like a lost little school over there. It doesn't get much attention. And as far as like being monitored by police or some type of security or anything to maintain the safety of our children while they're crossing the streets, we do have crossing guards that work there. They're very nice people that do that. They do a good job. But my point is this: if you're a parent, your number one goal in life, besides of the 3, shelter, clothing, food for your children,
right?
Yep.
You're also supposed to set a good example for your children,
Whether
it be in the house, but especially outside the house in front of other people.
Yes.
Take this message from me, parents, if you listen to me from Canterbury Street School, all your parents, that's right. My name's Tom Lecuyer, 4 Burns Court, 508-754-9554. Call me if you got an issue. Hit me up at my email, tomlecuyer411 @gmail.
Tom, don't play.
Send me some stuff, talk to me. Look, How dare you come to the school in your car and feel as though you're entitled enough to park wherever the hell you want in the middle of the street to drop your child off to bring them in there when you're holding up traffic from people behind you, horns are beeping, people are shouting, swears are flowing. My children go to this school. I'm standing outside there. There are other parents that are outside there. We don't appreciate that language in front of our children.
Wow.
The second thing is, get off your damn high horse, okay? First of all, you weren't born in England or in money-rich Saudi Arabia or in any other rich country where you come from, diamonds and jewels dripping off of you, okay? So don't act any better than any of us either. You can talk to me, don't talk down to me. You don't know who I am, you don't know what I did. Just because I'm white doesn't mean a damn thing, okay? Because I get that a lot from a lot of different people of color, whether it be Hispanic, African American, Asian, whatever. Don't look at me like I'm better than you. The only thing I'm better than is I try to be better than the person I was yesterday. That's the only person I want to be better of.
Thank you.
But these people really need to understand there's other people around. Now, their children hear this. Now, there's a lot of issues at this school that, the disciplinarian, Miss Chuk is the vice principal there, and they're wonderful. They do a wonderful job with the children. But a lot of this stuff is unnecessary and can be solved if the parents would just think before they start spouting off at their children the way they do.
Yes, I agree.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's pretty sad, and you try to say something and all of a sudden you're the bad guy. And it's not like I'm barging into somebody's business, because I'll just say, Bridget, do you believe that? Well, we're standing there drinking our coffee with the coffee club in the morning,
Right.
The coffee club.
But you see why, you see the kids in school with having the mouth and the temper, short temper.
Behaving badly,
where do they get it from? And then you see the parents dropping them off in the morning, set off, angry because of traffic and everything. I try to make sure I always maintain my composure, even if I'm arguing with my wife. Lord help me. I always try to stay cool around them kids. I always stay cool around the kids because they pick up on it.
They do.
And they behave that way in the class. You see, there's a parent in particular that is very mouthy, and you
can see the faces he's making right now. When he started talking about her, it looked like he was having a seizure for a second. I don't know what happened.
If I describe this woman, everybody's going to know who she is.
Okay.
All right, so today we'll play opposite day. She's a very small woman with a short haircut.
Mercy.
And she is the biggest.
Get no cussing.
She doesn't really say too much.
Okay.
Remember, it's opposite day.
Yeah.
She doesn't really. She talks very, very, very nice to the administration. She talks extremely nice to the vice principal. They could be like BFFs. This particular person right here, I think, is one of the biggest problems that we have, is because this is in front of everyone. Right. You're shouting at an administrator that is looked up to and respected and regarded as the disciplinarian within that community, that school. What right do you have to speak to this person in a manner of which it's expected that you should be able to just walk into school whenever the hell you want to when you have a line of children behind you? Or I'm in a rush is the response you get. Sorry, if you're in a rush, you probably should have left about 5 minutes early. It looked like you could have spent about 5-10 minutes earlier before you left because your face wasn't even put together.
Yeah, and to me, it's not even the status of the person. It's not even the status of the administrator. You should just treat people with respect.
The key.
Why does it have to get to the point where someone has to say, "Hey, talk to this person with respect, please"? Just everybody has something going on.
Everyday normal values, your own personal family values. I don't want to be looked upon as someone that doesn't know how to speak to people. Right. I know how to talk to people to get what I want. I do. Right. I have a gift of gab, and I know what to say and what not to say to whoever. You can never change somebody's personality. All you can do is change your own to work with that person.
Right.
And that is one of the things that we're focusing on this year with Canterbury Street School, is working on ourselves in order to maintain a better partnership with the school. Right. I think a lot of times these teachers, they get very intimidated by the children. Let's face it, these kids are getting bigger and bigger now. When I was younger, 9-8-year-old kids, they weren't like 5-7. Sick going hanging on. Sick the kids in 4th grade got a full goat.
Exactly.
What's going on?
And that's just the girls.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna take a pause for the cause. He said that's on the girls. I'm done. Spin them.